Welcome to the World Wide Wicket company. Today is your first day here. Are you excited? I know after the rigorous interview process, you're finally here. Did you want any coffee or water? You've got your smoothie thing. Awesome. All right. Well, how was the orientation tour this morning? I believe you're on the east side orientation, correct? Yes, it can be pretty quick and fast. They do have you sort of run through the building to give you an overview of everything. I did email you that you should stretch first, right? Oh no. Oh no. You did the whole tour in those shoes? I mean, they're very pretty, very fashionable, very workplace appropriate, but that's I'm so sorry to hear that. I will make a note to remind future employees that they need to wear comfortable shoes because that is that's just unfortunate and it sounds really painful. Oh yeah, no, they do run you through the office and production centers real fast because they have so much just mileage to cover in a short amount of time. So speaking of time, I don't have all the time in the world to complete your orientation. I've got another one right afterwards, so I'm just gonna move on. Sorry again to hear about that. Not wearing a comfortable footwear for the tour. Now, I know you have completed your 1 hour orientation tour, but it can be pretty fast and they don't go into any details of the actual work. But don't worry, I'm just going to give you a quick overview and orientation of the position. But I'm not actually going to go through like the job description and things like that. That's all with your trainer, and you should have already been given a copy of that with your packet. No, I am not your trainer, so I will not be going over the actual work and duties of your job. I am just here to cover a few company policies and concerns and make sure that you have all the information to help answer any questions that you may have. You read the email regarding the order of your orientation today, correct? You don't remember? Okay, no problem. I'll review it. So it's the orientation tour, which you've already completed, then a company orientation with me. Then after this, there's the orientation training with your trainer. Then after you start on the training in your workstation, then training with the executive assistant administrative personnel and the IT department. They both will be there together to make sure everything is set up correctly in your workstation. And then back to your trainer. Then from your trainer, there will be a quick orientation with the executive assistant protection agent manager. Wait, I forgot something, right? Right. Then, so before, yeah, no, before the executive assistant protection agent manager, you need to have your safety orientation with the executive EHS specialist for a safety orientation. So you'll have that. Then you'll go back to the executive assistant protection agent manager. Then you have a quick orientation with the executive assistant protection agent manager. After that, you'll have the banquet meet and greet for lunch today. Did I say the executive assistant protection agent manager twice? Don't worry. There might be two of them. They are sort of alternating orientations. You might have an orientation with each of them. Yes, there are two executive assistant protection agent managers at this time. Don't worry about that. Anyway, after that orientation, then you will have the banquet meet and greet for lunch today. After that banquet meet and greet for lunch today, you can leave. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to leave early, but that it's sort of a party celebration of the new employees. All right, now hold on just a second and let me get you your orientation packet. So here is your orientation packet. It will have all the information that you need for your orientation and for your time here. Don't worry if it's a little old and everything. Just here you go. We do have recycle orientation packets occasionally. Don't worry, I've put in any new information that's updated to this position or relevant to you. You've got your job description in there as well. And that will be everything you need for your training today, tomorrow, and there is a test at the back that is due at the end of the week. Don't worry. It's an open book test. All the information is actually in your orientation packet, and it's kind of fun actually. I know no one believes me either. If you wouldn't mind opening that packet up to the second page, that is the checklist for this orientation. Please write your name and initial each of those sections in the checklist as we go through each topic of the orientation today. At the end of your orientation today, you will need to turn in that page of your packet. Yes, the next few pages. So the first page is a signed welcome letter from the COO. That's just a nice thing for you, not important right now. We have a lot to get through today, but the next few pages afterwards are checklists for your trainers, so you can skip those for now, and then go to the first tab there. Yeah, that open page there. Yes, thank you. And now you can follow along with me. That brings me to my first point. We do have an open door policy here at the World Wide Wicket Company. Open door policy. Feel free to knock on my door, give me a call, email me, WhatsApp, Messenger, Slack. We really want to be accommodating to whatever communication style you prefer best. And we really want to make sure to keep an open communication at all times. Open door policy. Please come to me if you have any questions, issues, concerns. We are here to hear and listen. And we want to make sure that we are providing you with feedback as well. So if you have a question, you will receive a timely response. Please try to include your trainer as well as the executive assistant, production agent manager. That way, all of us are communicating together and can help give you a timely response to any questions or concerns that you have. So open door policy, our HR team, our executive team, we are here for you, as well as supporting the company of the World Wide Wicket Company. Yes, so open door policy. So that then brings me to the time card. With the time card, were you able to download the app to your phone? All right, you were here right at 7, so were you able to punch in appropriately on your phone? Yes. You haven't punched. Okay. Could you just on your phone pull up the app, yeah, and log in, yeah. All right. You see the thing where it says start time or the start punch? Yeah. Click that. All right. Perfect. Now it's being recorded. We will manually put in your start time as 7 a.m. today, but make sure to be punching in and out appropriately. So you do get 2 10-minute breaks, and you have a 1 hour unpaid lunch. So the 2 10-minute breaks are paid. You do not need to punch out for those. It's very important though that you are punching out for your meal break. There is no rounding on your time card at all. So if there's any problems with the time card, please email everybody so that we can be either fix the time card issue or manually update it on our end. Time card is very important, very critical, and it's very important that you're taking your meal break. You cannot skip your meal break. It's like, I'm not hungry, I'll just work through and leave early. Nope. No. Take your meal break. Very important. So make sure you're punching in and out for your meal break correctly. And you have to use that app for your time card. Yes, if you have problems with your meal break, let us know. If you're running late for your meal break, let us know. There's no rounding on your meal break. So that means if you punch back in early, you're not paid. You're actually getting overtime, and we don't want to have that unauthorized overtime. So do not punch in early for your meal break. You have to take that hour. If you punch in late, you're not paid for that time. So we will not pay you for any time from that meal break. So what does that mean? Well, it means if you punch in early, you'll get an email, a notification from multiple people stating that don't do that. it's causing overtime. Yes, even if it's 2 minutes early, not good. If you punch out 2 minutes late, you're not paid for those 2 minutes. It's not a lot, but it does add up after a few months here to a significant amount of time. So try to be as exact with your meal punch in and punch out as you can be. Yes. Yes, you will get a phone. I'm going to go over that in just a little bit. So starting with the history of the company, World Wide Wicket company has been established here for 80 years. We are one of the first and longest lasting Wicket companies. Is how we're able to build up the infrastructure that we have today. And with that building up of that infrastructure, that foundation of caring about our employees has been a staple of our company policy and company values from the very beginning. We care about our employees. We also care about providing efficient, productive, excellent quality in everything we do. And that's what we expect of all of our employees, that we appreciate so much. Now, being here for 80 years, we have had lots of changes and company evaluations. And so our mission statement has changed, I want to say 12 times in the course of 80 years, but our current mission statement is be the best. Because it's good to be the best. That's a good value to have. Company motto is work while you're at work, rest while you're not at work. I know we're working on it. Yeah, we actually have our employee satisfaction expert and specialist. They have actually trying to rework our company motto. So don't worry. I'm hoping that one doesn't last. Company culture. Our company culture is top-down management. We do have a very strict and structured organization chart. And in fact, the organization chart is there in your orientation packet. Yes, it's very clear, very specific. You see all those lines, how this person reports to those 10 people, and those 10 people report to those 20 people, who then report to this one person. Yes, yeah, that's yeah. It's very pretty, actually, when you sort of take a step back. And yes, yeah, it's bit abstract when you look at it closely. Anyway, make sure to be initially the checklist as I go through these things. You will need to turn that checklist in at the end of the week with the test at the end of your orientation packet. Yes. So telephone etiquette and policy. Make note of the IT department. Yeah, okay. We have our own IT department. You will need to go to them if you have any problems with your work phone. You will be given a work phone. It will be issued to you after about 2 weeks here. And that work phone is company property. You are responsible for it. Anything damages that happens to that work phone can be taken out of your pay. It is company property, so be respectful of your work phone. Please use your work phone for work phone purposes. Do not be using it just for fun. Please do not be streaming things or searching the internet for non-work purposes. Yes, everything on that work phone is monitored, so there is no incognito mode on the work phone. Yes, we do watch and monitor everything thing that is done on that work phone. All calls to and from that work phone there's a recording program, so it is all being recorded. Yes, so telephone etiquette and policy. Please be respectful when communicating through any communication form or medium, whether it's in person, over messages, over Slack, over Teams, over texting. Just be respectful in all forms of communication with all personnel, whether it's employees, whether it's customers, whether it's associates, whether it's our stakeholders. Be professional, and always, when you answer the phone, be happy is not the right term. Be the best. No, that's not right either. Just be respectful, because sometimes there's no caller ID and you'll get a call on that work phone and you won't know who it is. So always be professional when answering the phone. You will be issued a company email. Your company email will be given to you. It will be your first name and your last name with a number, and then a at worldwidewicketcompany.com. Yeah, so it's at www.co.com. Well, we tried having the whole thing, the email address worldwidewicketcompany.com, and it was too long. So it's all the abbreviations. So it's www.co.com. We tried www.com and that was already taken. Yes. Right. So that's the correct. Okay. So you will be issued a workspace. It will have a company computer, a terminal, and your workspaces. So we do try to get your preferred technological and networking devices, but sometimes they're not available. So the IT department will definitely be helping you out with your company computer and the terminal and workspaces. Essentially, company property in general. It's company property for company purposes and company use. So please make sure that you are using company property for company purposes. Don't steal the toilet paper. We've had that happen before. The toilet paper is company toilet paper. Please use it while here on the company premises. Don't be taking it home. Don't steal the stapler. Don't steal the computer. Don't steal company time. It's part of your packet as well of things that can go wrong with that. But in general, company computer, be respectful. Don't be searching things or looking at things that are not for company purposes. Okay. Pay periods. We do a bi-weekly pay period. It used to be monthly, but our accounting department started throwing a fit and then went to weekly, and the accounting department didn't like that either. So we're now bi-weekly. Well, that means that you get your paycheck every 2 weeks. Now, you're in the middle of a pay period, so that means what happens is next week you will get a paycheck for the time that you worked this week. But the time that you worked next week won't be there until the paycheck 2 weeks later. Does that make sense? So every 2 weeks you're paid for the previous 2 weeks you worked. There's a calendar in your orientation packet to refer to. If you have any questions, again, please let me know. All right, bonus pay and Christmas gifts. Okay, so we're coming up on the holiday season, and sometimes people give gifts. Your holiday pay is associated with your bonus pay, which is part of your 90-day probationary period. So your probationary classification of being a probationary employee won't expire until after the holidays. So you're not going to get any holiday pay or bonuses. You might still get gifts, though. Company does love giving gifts, whether it's in the form of snacks or whether it's in the form of gift cards, and that's up to discretionary of your management and team leaders and your in the org chart, you know, all those people that you're supporting, you're reporting to and that are supporting you. Yes, we foster a culture of helping each other, and if it's a gift, it's not part of your regular pay. It's not associated with your position in any way. it is a gift. You don't actually need to file gifts for tax purposes. Bonus pay or holiday pay, those actually are tax deductible and will already have the taxes taken out of them before you get the check. It'll actually show you how much taxes were taken out and stuff. Yes, so that's the difference of gifts versus holiday or bonus pay. Holiday pay and bonus pay are different things than a gift. You might still get a holiday gift, but the other things you won't be authorized for until after that 90-day probationary period. Yes. Okay, parking. I think I went over parking pretty clearly in one of the other interviews, so I'm gonna skip over that. Where do you park today? No. Okay, so after this orientation, you are going to need to repark. Yes. At this time of day, you're probably gonna need to use the parking structure down the street. Yeah. Have you gotten your badge yet? You should have gotten that during the tour. Yes. Okay. So yeah, just show them your badge. They should let you in free of charge. We have a sort of partnership with the parking structure there. Moving on, I-9 items. So during the tour, was the orientation tour leader able to get your I-9? Awesome. All right. Good. All right. So you brought your I-9 items. We've got a copy of those on file. Yes, I see them here. All right, that's good. That's good to know. All right, yeah. So, were you able to fill out the I-9 form? Okay. All right. Well, I have a copy of the I-9 form. I'll get that to you, and we can have you fill that out in just a bit. Drug screening, drugs policy. So, we do random drug screening for some positions. Your position is not one of them. But if you are promoted, it could become one of them. So our drug policy, if you do fail a drug screen, there is a procedure that we have to follow. Sometimes you can retest the sample. Sometimes you can get a second chance. There's a lot of discrepancy depending on the level and liability of your position. Your position, don't worry about it. But I'm just saying that we do have a very strict drug policy. Please take a look at that in your orientation packet, but we don't have time to do that for today. Just don't, poor thing, do not show up inebriated in any capacity. Essentially, anything that would prevent you from driving is essentially preventing you from doing your work here. So, if you're partaking, make sure that it does not show up enough to affect your work. If there are any accidents, despite whatever position you're in, if there are any accidents at work, it can require a drug screen. And if you test positive for a drug screen after having an accident at work, it can mean immediate termination of your position. So be very careful. Do not show up to work high. Do not show up to work drunk. Do not show up to the work in an altered state of mind. Okay? All right. Yeah. So, chemically altered state of mind. There we go. Discrimination policy. We have a zero tolerance policy for discrimination. That's of any protected class. So, age, race, religion, gender. Zero tolerance policy for discrimination of any protected class. So no discrimination. We actually will have a detailed online training, probably take about an hour either today or tomorrow, regarding the discrimination policy. So zero tolerance for discrimination. It can result in immediate termination of your position if after a thorough investigation. We also we follow all of the above and beyond policies set by the EEOC. So the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Anyway, the EEOC, they have some very strict guidelines. We follow all of them, and we actually go above and beyond to make sure that if we're audited by anyone, we're in the clear. So we're very strict on zero discrimination. We have a very strict no sexual harassment policy. If there's any reports of sexual harassment, we will do a very thorough investigation. You do have to go through a sexual harassment training. I know you already did one online. You're going to have to do another one in person probably in a week or so. We are very strict on that. No sexual harassment. If there's any, after a thorough investigation, if there is any, it can result in immediate termination of your position. If you see it happen to someone else, if you see it happen to you, if you are concerned about something, please let us know. Report it right away. If it happens repeatedly and you don't let us know, there's very little we can do, especially in our investigation. But if it is a repeated thing, that's usually when it becomes harassment. So let us know as soon as you can, but also when you definitely know. Open door policy. Please communicate with us. We have a zero tolerance policy for sexual harassment. We want this to be a place where everyone can work at their best. We want to be the best, and to do that, we need all of our employees communicating. No, not snitching, communicating. Big difference. We also have a zero tolerance policy for violence in the workplace. We have a very clear workplace violence prevention program and no tolerance for violence in the workplace. Any kind of violence, physical or verbal, can result in immediate termination of the employee. So no violence in the workplace. Please keep your hands and feet to yourself. You have an employee handbook in that employee packet. You're also the drug handbook has been emailed to your work email. The employee handbook has been emailed to your work email, and the discrimination policy handbook has also been emailed to your email. The safety handbooks, yes, plural. All three of those have been emailed to your work email as well. And that brings me to the safety book. The safety book is very important, very clear about the safety limitations, and you will have a orientation with the safety trainer as well following later on today. Lots of very important stuff in there, very, very clear things. Hopefully you shouldn't need most of the stuff in there because your position duties and details don't cover all of that, but very important, you do need to look through it and sign that you have read and will follow all things in the safety handbook. Okay? Again, if you have any questions on the safety book, please let me know. We also have an EMP plan. No, it has nothing to do with electromagnetic pulses. No, EMP plan stands for Emergency Management Plan. So in case of fire, earthquake, flood, anything like that, we have an emergency exit entry plan. I'm pretty sure during the orientation tour they went over that, right? All right, we will update that for the next tour to make sure that the tour guide can make sure to go over the EMP plan as well as pointing out where the EMP books are. Every department on every floor has an EMP book. Yes. You can ask your executive assistant, production agent manager, and they should be able to help you. Holidays. So coming up very shortly, we've got Christmas, and occasionally we'll take a day after Christmas, or sometimes the day before Christmas, or sometimes, if you're lucky, the entire Christmas week. As I mentioned, your position does involve being able and willing to work on holidays. We also have New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So those are the big holidays coming up. We've got a few other holidays. We've got pretty much all of the standard holidays. We also do take off, again, not your position, but we do take off St. Patrick's Day as well. That's one that most people don't take off. So yeah, we have a variety of holidays. Please take a close look at that holiday schedule as those holidays come up. PTO, we have an unlimited PTO policy. You do have to clear it with your manager first. Yes, so it's unlimited, but you do need to make sure that you're scheduling it correctly and appropriately to the guidelines in the employee handbook. Your orientation with your trainer should go over making a PTO request through the time card app. So it's very important you follow all the steps with that. Otherwise, your PTO request will be denied and you will be required to be here. So make sure you're following all applicable policies and rules regarding your PTO requests. Thank you. Access card. You have your access card. That is very important for getting into the building and throughout the building. As you've noticed during the tour, without that access card, you can get locked out or locked in pretty easily. Okay, locked in is harder. There's 5 areas in the building. In the orientation tour, did they go over the 5 lock-in locations? Okay. There are 5 areas in the building that if you do not have your access card, or if you leave your access card out, or if you go in, someone takes your access card, you can get locked in. In that case, please call me right away, okay? Yes, call me. Don't text, don't message, don't Slack. I don't care how late it is. If you're locked in on the premises in one of those locations, call me. Okay. Okay. Driving record authorization form. You do not need to fill out that driving record authorization form in your packet. So just ignore that in your packet. Ignore that until you have a position that requires you to have a company vehicle. Company vehicle policies, you can read that at your own time. It does not apply to you at this time for this position. And let's see what else. We will have the new employee banquet. I did mention the new employee banquet, correct? Right, yes. So after your trainer, you're going to have an orientation with safety trainer. You'll have orientation with the administrative and IT department. After all of those, right around lunchtime or maybe a little bit afterwards, we'll have a meet and greet employee banquet. So all of the new employees that been recently hired and you are all going to have this sort of little get together, get to know you banquet in the culinary center. So with that afterwards, you can leave whenever you want. You're going to punch out for your day's a little bit different. So instead of punching out at the beginning of that meet and greet, you're going to wait 1 hour and punch out at 1 p.m. Punch out of your time clock, and you can leave whenever you want. The rest of the day is just have fun here and get to know people. Enjoy as much food as you want, but you can leave anytime after that 1 hour. Yeah, no, it's your first day. The orientations are here to help prepare you and expose you to the information you need and get you started. It's a training process. We don't expect you to just jump in and start working like a machine right away. We want to establish that this is long-term growth here. So we want you to really be prepared for the long term, the long run. And to do that, it starts here today with the orientation. So you have your new employee orientation packet. And if you have any questions, please let us know. Okay? Okay. All right. Well, have a great day. And I'm going to lead you out to see your trainer.